festivals, and Cameron is one of the greatest supporters of Indian cinema in Toronto. Do you think that the words narrative, because you're so close to North America, because all the Americans want to go there, because then they don't have to travel to Canada. Not that you don't run a great festival, that too. Do you think the words narratives need to change? Do you think that it's too Western, the narratives that they currently the word?
It's a big question.
Important one.
Yes, and a very important one. I think how we think about the narratives that we see on our screens really depends on what lens you're looking through, what your perspective, what your vantage point is. Toronto has the advantage of being a very cosmopolitan city. It wasn't always. It was a very kind of cold colonial city for many years, but from the 1970s onward, we started in 1976, migration changed Toronto quite a lot. Now, half the people in our city were born outside of Canada. And so our vantage point is actually already quite global, because you've got people from almost 200 different countries in Toronto. That's our audience in Toronto, and so while we're right next door to Hollywood and the biggest film industry in North America, and one of the most dominant ones in the world, our audience wants to see Indian films, Korean films, Southeast Asian films, European films, Latin American films, African films. So we try to bring that to our audience every year. Of course, when you've got giant Hollywood stars, or in some cases giant Indian stars coming, they take a lot of that energy and they really just draw that attention. But we are, by definition, an international film festival, and we're in an international city, and that's really what matters.
You didn't answer my question. Do you think that the word narrative needs to change? It's too Western?
I think the narratives are already global. I just think you have to make that choice, and that's what we try to do in the festival.
He's clever.